And I remember when she walked in, I was like, what the are you wearing? That's so shady.
Hey, kitty girls, welcome to Drag Us Weekly, a show where we recap RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 6 every week. And of course, we will be dragging the queens, dragging each other, and you are all welcome to drag us in the comments below. I'm your host, Joe Drake, and this week to recap episodes 1, 2, and 3 is none other than one of my favorite queens of all time, Miss Jiggly Caliente. Well, thank you for joining us. We are recapping RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 6 every week, and you are our first guest. I am so happy to have seen you on the show, but I'm so sad to have seen you go.
It's too early. I know. It sucked.
It was too early. Well, let's break down episodes 1 and 2 real quick, and then we can get into episode 3. All right, let's talk about the entrance looks, because now that we've watched it back, Jiggly, I want to know who was your favorite and who was your least favorite?
That's so shady. So for me, the best entrance look, and that's only because I want it, is Silky's.
I have it written down. Silky was my best too.
Silky, I love the color blue and the way Silky walked in. I was just like, so I was like, okay, good. Worst look. She's gonna kill me.
We're probably both thinking the same one.
Ginger.
Exactly. And what in the frog and toad prince was happening there?
I was just like, and I remember when she walked in, I was like, what the are you wearing? Like, I was like, Ginger. And the thing is, like, Ginger usually has like nice clothes, but when she walked in with all those, it wasn't that I liked that it was shiny, but what killed me is the frogs.
Right.
And then I'm like, we're also we're filming in the height of the pandemic, and she has these pink balls. I'm like, why are you telling me that your frog has COVID?
I mean, full on looking like COVID-19.
I was like, ew.
I can't. All right, let's move on to the talent show, because this was an incredible talent show across the board. Who was your best and who was your worst?
My best, for me, I thought Jan killed. And like, so what they only show like, I think a few seconds of our thing. So we have a full minute to do our performances. Jan's number was so good.
Why do you think that she was safe?
That's what I was. So when they were calling our names, I was like, okay. When they called Erika, they called Eureka, Akira, then me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we might be in the safe group. Then she calls Jan, and I said, oh, wait a minute, am I in the bottom?
Right.
And then she calls Kylie. And I'm like, oh, she's also good. And then Scarlett and then Ginger, I said, oh, we're in the bottom.
Right.
Because I thought their numbers were really, really strong. And I was like, oh, wait a second. Did I just up and end up in the bottom? And I was like, Then she says we're safe. And I was like, wait a second. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
But to me, not that it was the worst. It's just that out of like everybody's performances, like it was just like you have to nitpick it. So I think Serena's was just like, I didn't like her choreography is what it was. I was just like, her choreography was kind of weird, but I liked it when she started doing the salsa stuff and the Latin stuff. But when the hip hop is just like, she's going to do hip hop. And I was like, sis, you look like a white girl doing hip hop.
Do you agree that she should have been the first to go home?
Ooh, no, yeah, because like I don't want Trinity to go home.
Right.
Like Trinity is an amazing queen. So I was like, the thing is, it's just like we each all have to go home at some point. Only one can win. So it just sucks that it had to be Serena that day.
Right. Well, let's move on to episode 2, the ball. Did you, in hindsight, who was your best look in the blue ball?
In each category, for me, everybody had something different.
Right.
I personally feel like my blue collar was the best.
I loved your blue collar.
And I'm the only I should have thought about it before I did that. I'm like, why did I put their names on the garbage can?
No, I thought that was brilliant. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but we're also judging, and they're the if it was RuPaul that was judging, I think it would have landed differently. It's the other girls that are judging. So I was like, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have done that. But I still stand by it. I looked really cool. Besides mine, I really, really like Erika's.
Yes.
I thought that was really cool. And then the blue jean baby, I thought Jan's outfit was amazing.
That was incredible. The star.
And although then
my favorite, I think, was Sonique's sort of ex-Tina Brittany homage.
Yeah, I did love that one too. Oh yeah. Plus her body's just so amazing. God.
Stunning. But why did they have to have a sew a garment challenge on episode 2? Because
why did they have to keep making this challenge happen on Drag Race? And I don't understand why RuPaul keeps thinking that we're going to be doing this. RuPaul, we're all stars now. We have money. We don't need to make outfits anymore.
Fair that you were sent home?
Yes, it was fair. I cannot fault the girls for judging fairly and voting fairly, because I did bad in the challenge, and if we're voting by run on the show, I was just safe on the first episode. Yara won the first challenge, so I was losing right there as soon as I walked in. Granted, Yara didn't have any denim in her blue jean bonanza. Girl, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, it was stretch fabric. I was like, God. But she looked amazing though. So it's just like, if you have to nitpick little things, that's only, yeah.
Definitely. Well, let's move on to episode 3, because I'm curious as to your thoughts. Since you were sent home, you didn't really get to see it firsthand. All right, it's time to get into the challenge this week. What did you think watching it back of the commercial challenge?
I was so pissed that the acting challenge is the day after I get eliminated. Of course, the only working actress at the moment was the one that gets kicked off. I was like, this is some bull.
Whose team would you have preferred to have been in? Because, well, I guess based on how
the Fixers, their team, I like that. Because of the theme that they had, it was just really clear and concise. And it was straight to the point. And it was funny. And the delivery is just funny.
Definitely. What happened in the workroom? I want to talk about, there's always some really great workroom chats that happen when you ladies are getting ready. Silky was pretty vulnerable in this episode, talking about how she didn't get great praise from her season, from fans, from promoters, from fellow competitors. What do you want to say about that? That broke my heart to hear Silky say that, because getting to know Silky's such a warm soul, and she's such a, if you get to know Silky's just a big ball of energy, and she's so much fun. Right. I think what happened with Silky on season 11 is she was completely misunderstood by the contestants, and
and like the fandom. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity that you're given. And if you're lucky to be on All Stars, you get another chance. But as far as in regular Drag Race, that's the one opportunity you have for people to get to see you.
Right.
And Silky was taking every single moment in and enjoying and living in it. And I don't think people understood that about Silky. I think they took her loudness as obnoxious when it's really, she's enjoying her time there. She's making the moment of it. And I feel like people took that and just completely disregarded what is actually going on and living and being in the moment.
I totally agree.
And Silky's such a warm soul. Like, how could you, and it just broke my heart to hear her say that, because when I first met Silky, she wasn't announced to be on the cast yet.
Okay.
And she didn't even really tell me without telling me she was on the show. But I knew that Silky was on the show because...
Her first time or All Stars?
First time in season 11.
Okay.
And I met Silky, and Silky was she was just so warm, so much fun. And I was just like, I was thinking to myself, if this is what people are going to see, the fans are going to fall in love with her because of her personality. And I feel like she was just misunderstood.
All right, let's move on and talk about this week's runway. Well, the runway challenge this on the main stage was the Redemption runway, which I actually love this idea because you guys can come back and give a look. What would you have done if you made it to episode 3? Let's ask that.
Do we have to actually I'm posting it tonight. It is my RuPaul's. Yeah, I get to post it tonight.
Oh, well, I can't wait. We'll put it in this video so fans can see it because I'm sure it's amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun to get to work on it. It was nice because it felt good to be able to redo it, because I felt like first of all, this time it wasn't in my hands. I'm not the one who made it.
Right.
I told my designer I want metal mesh, and he was like, okay, let's go. And that's what we did.
I love it. Who do you think had the best and worst look for the Redemption runway?
I don't think there was a worse look for the runway. This runway, everything was done so beautifully. Maybe a Scotch safe would have been Erika's, because it's a cat suit. Right. Ginger's wasn't that pretty either because of that rouging. Like those pants, it just felt weird. Yeah. But the fabric is gorgeous. The thing though is when you get gorgeous fabrics like that, it's why? But I get the style. But I think my favorite though is Scarlett's.
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
Scarlett's was really pretty. Silky's was really pretty. The
red. Gorgeous. All right, now let's move on to see which queen came out on top. All right, let's talk about the top queen of the week. Do you agree that Trinity K. Bonet should have won?
I thought she was super funny. I was like, oh my God, where did this girl come from? That is a far cry from her season of being afraid at the acting challenges. So I feel like she really dove in it and she gave it her all.
Right. Do you think that she should have been so demanding though backstage? She was sort of demanding praise from the girls, remember?
Yeah, I would be too. Not for nothing, but if I had never won a challenge on my season, and this is the first time I'm winning something, no, I want all my roses. Give it to me. And then we'll talk about saving your in a second.
But then Raja was like, okay, let's cheers to Trinity. And everyone was like, okay. It was so half.
Yeah, well, I mean, that part, that's what it takes away from it. But Yeah,
Well, moving
I
on
would have
to
been the same way. I was like, can I please, like, can we just talk about the fact that I won first? And then we can talk about your bottom.
yeah. And if there's a top, there most certainly is a bottom. Well, let's talk about the bottom then, because this week there was not 2, but there was 4. Do you think there should have been all 4 of them? Because it was a group challenge.
Well, that's the thing. So if it's judged as a group, then yes. But if it was individually, I personally think that Ginger was safe. And then Jan, Akeria, and Silky were in the bottom.
So you would have put Jan in the bottom with the other 2.
Yeah. Because Jan, to me, like that between the outfit was a scope safe. And then her performance in the challenge, they were also like trying to, she basically got the same critique that Silky got.
Right.
So, well, then if that's the case, honey, you're in the bottom. Silky shouldn't have been in the bottom because of her outfit to begin with. I'm so sorry. That outfit was. Who
would you have chosen to get the chop?
See, because I don't have a real, strong enough bond with Jan, I would have got rid of Jan.
Yes, because I feel like
Jan is also a strong competitor. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a singing challenge or something. And I don't need that there. No. Mariah got to go.
I feel like for the viewers, we want to see you guys play the game, and I agree with that.
Yeah, there's it's all great to play fairly, but at some point you have to play this game to win. Yeah. And for me, I would have taken out Jan. Though Ginger would have been the one I should have taken out. But that's only because I'm petty. No, I couldn't do that to Ginger. Jesus Christ, I couldn't do that.
Well, I want to ask you, speaking of Ginger, she got pretty emotional talking about you after you went home. What are your thoughts on
that? It still hurt no matter what, because we did have a conversation after, and it did hurt. But I'm also an adult, and I know that it had to have been played fairly.
Right.
And even Silky and Silky and Akeria voted each other out because it's the name of the game. Can I do it? Am I going to fault Ginger for it? No. I'm sorry. Then yes. But watching it, no, my friend did what was right and what was fair. I cannot get mad at that. You know what I mean?
And finally, it's time to chat about this week's lip sync. Well, let's move on to the lip sync in episode 3, because this was probably one of the most epic entrances in Drag Race history. At first, I thought they had another twist for everyone when no one was there. And then all of a sudden, Shablam Laganja Estranja jumps into yet another split.
Only Laganja can jump from the ceiling, land into a split. I was like, this Laganja must not like her body at this point. She just doesn't, she puts her body through so much. I'm like, Jesus, sis. But wow, that performance, that is that's the kind of lip sync you want to see on Drag Race.
It really
That's
is.
the battle you want to see on All Stars.
She didn't join you guys on All Star 6. I feel like she instantly got cast with that entrance for All Star 7.
But I don't think Laganja would ever do it.
Really?
I don't think Laganja would ever do it. Not as a competitor. As a assassin, of course, but not as a competitor. I don't think she wants to go back into the fold like that.
On the lip sync performance, and do you agree with who won?
Oh, of course. I mean, Trinity gave her all, but Laganja spanked that. You know what I mean? It wasn't as bad as the beating that Coco gave Yara, but Laganja, that was a beat down.
So we all know that Silky Nutmeg Ganache was the queen to go home. Do you still stand by you would have voted for Jan?
Yeah, I still would have voted for Jan.
Okay.
Because at some point, you have to play the game. And
Right.
Jan at the time was only safe, and then bottom. That was a perfect opportunity to get rid of Jan. I don't understand why none of the girls thought about that, because the singing challenge is coming.
Oh, it's coming, and Jan has still won nothing. So
that would have been the great way to get rid of Jan, because then nobody can say anything, because we're talking about integrity and statistics. Jan's been safe, bottom. That was the way to get rid of her.
I don't know if Jan would have ever forgiven you ladies if you did that.
Oh, I'm sure she would have never forgiven it. There would probably be like voodoo dolls with my name on it.
Literally.
And I would be like, I'm okay with it.
She would sell merch with Jiggly voodoo doll.
I know. But but the thing is, Jan is a good competitor. So that was, I would have Naomi Smalls her. Like, bye, Manila.
Bye, Manila. Well, Jiggly, I love you so much. I'm so pissed you got the boot on episode 2. Thank you for joining me to recap episodes 1, 2, and 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 6. I hope to see you soon, my love.
You will.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.